Hi, this is Miss Andrea, and I'm in a mood. So here's the thing. My day started off with me setting an alarm for 7:30 a.m. for a 9 a.m. mechanics appointment, for which I had an actual appointment. I tried to call, and they put me on hold and then hung up. But then they sent me that same day a link to make my appointment online. I did so. I needed um, my ABS wasn't working. It's time for an oil change, and my tires were super low. So I made the appointment, and while I was there, I made a video of how disgusted I was with how that went. Um, and that's how my day started. Um, I haven't made a video this week for this channel because I guess I'm just in a mood. Like, everything's getting on my nerves. So why don't we just call this week's video things that annoy me? Or, I don't know, let's see. Porn and Zoom classes and other things that annoy me. Um, September 29th. Like, when the Zoom classes first started last spring, that was one thing. But for it to still be happening is not good. So it's a South Florida high school, and they were having a virtual class, and they were video bombed with porn and a racist rant. It started off with porn, and then it just turned racist. Um, and whether or not there are black kids in the class is beyond the point, but there were. So I imagine it makes everyone uncomfortable, but it makes black kids feel targeted. And so this is a problem we're having with the online Zoom classes. Now, I use online Zoom classes, and there's a parent right now texting me for when I'm going to go on Zoom with her and her child, because I'm trying to teach the parent to homeschool, because they were expecting me to do it all. Like, no, I just tell you what to use. Outside of the class that we have, you have to, walk the child through the day. Oh, to be a teacher right now is not enviable. So there's that whole thing. There's that whole thing about people interfering with the classroom, the virtual classroom. And at school's response is like, well, parents have to become better at IT. Oh. Oh, okay. So, this one has been bothering me the most. The absolute most. A child was in a virtual class taking a test, and his brother walked in and stepped on a thing. And the boy gets up and picks it up. And as the teacher explained it, he got up from the test and grabbed the weapon and started waving it around. He picked up the BB gun that his brother had stepped on. Now, I don't like guns. I don't like BB guns. I don't like water guns. I don't like finger guns. I don't like guns. I I don't like them around kids, and if you're going to have them around kids, they shouldn't be on the floor. Like, there should be, like, tomes of rules surrounding such a thing. But here's the thing. The teacher is looking into someone's home. When you are Zoom teaching, and I Zoom teach, I am looking into someone's home. I had to ask a student yesterday to set up her computer facing a wall or facing a window because she was always turning off the screen because she was like, I don't want you to see the messy room. And I'm like, well, clear a corner, you know, and set up the camera in that direction so no one sees anything you don't want them to see. But you can't keep turning off the video because when I call your name, it takes you a whole 2 minutes to respond. So what are you doing? Besides the point. So the teacher looks into this person's home because this is what we're doing and calls the police and sends them to the home. This is terror-inducing for a black family. It's terror-inducing for a black family. No questions were asked. What is that? That's my BB gun. Put it away. You know, I need you to call and speak to the principal right now with your parents. Something. So what happened was it's gone around and around, and this started a little bit ago, but they have a hearing date for November 4th. And the lawmakers want to introduce a bill to force schools to create policies for online learners because they weren't told what they could and couldn't do in their home. You know, and it's just really touchy. Like, I don't like guns. And if one of my students had a gun in their hand during class, I would ask them to put it down. Just like I've asked them to put down the lizard. Just like I've asked them to put down the kitty. Because the other students go, oh, kitty. And then, you know, you lose the class. Don't have anything in the classroom. And don't show the other students anything that you wouldn't bring to school is the rule. But to send the police is crazy when we know that little black boys get killed all the time for play guns. So yeah, I'm mad. So I searched online to see how often that Zoom thing happens where people are like Zoom crashing. There's a word for it. And it happened a ton last spring. I don't understand why it's still happening. They need better security still, or teachers need to not be lax in the way that they let students into the room. Because sometimes you just want to click accept all into the room when they all are in the waiting room. But you can't. You literally have to go name by name. You know what I mean? And take attendance and do it that way. And then the incident I had today with the car dealership, which is related to all this, and I'll tell you why. If we as a society can't get it together and protect ourselves and each other from this virus, how are we ever going to end this? How are we ever going to get back into the classroom? And so this is why I have an attitude. This is why I'm mad that we have Zoom classes to begin with. And they can be fun sometimes. This is why I'm mad that people can get into the Zoom classes and do shady behind stuff. This is why I'm mad that a teacher can look into a person's home and make snap judgments and have the police called in, and now a family is traumatized. It all comes down to the reason that we're in this situation, and it's COVID. And if we're going to stick our heads in the sand and act like money or influence insulates us from a virus that we can't see, and have an entire car dealership open mouth breathing at 9 o'clock in the morning, no one with a mask on. Then this doesn't get better. We don't get normal. We don't go back to normal. There was one more article and I've lost it. I wonder if I can get it back. And it was sent to me. via Facebook. Here it is. So this article was sent to me via Facebook. Enrollment is dropping in public schools around the country. Really? You think so? And then they go into giving numbers. Orange County, Florida has 8,000 missing students. Miami-Dade has 16,000 fewer than last year. And they go on, and they say that, you know, they're also seeing a lower kindergarten enrollment. And that's concerning, because at the end of the day, what's happening is some kids aren't getting as educated as others. It matters now. It matters now. Is this what you're telling me? It's okay if the schools educate some kids better than others and leave others behind, but it's not okay if some families aren't as equipped to educate their kids. I think we're talking out of both sides of our butts, and this is why I homeschool, because I see way too many children who have been forgotten in the school system while school is happening, shut out, pushed out, dumbed down, ignored, demarginalized. That's a bad word. That's not marginalized. Not treated well. I see this happening. Last year, I did a video on how, I think it was Detroit, Michigan, ruled in court that families are not guaranteed the right to literacy. And NPR prints this garbage that, oh no, some kids may not get as equal as education. You think? This is what we're dealing with. Till next time.